Hey guys, it's your girl Valencia Griffin Wallace. I just want to step on really quick because it seemed like I hadn't did a live for a while. So number one, happy Friday. And you guys see I'm representing Canada, where I just came from. With that being said, I want to talk really quick about fear, right? So we all know that fear is, they say it's the false evidence appearing real. But what if it's not false evidence? What if it's the thing you're scared of is something you can touch, something you can hurt, that can hurt you? Fear is not always false evidence appearing real. And I'm going to give you guys a quick example that happened this past week and a half that I was going out of the country. On our drive to Canada, it started snowing. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm from the South. I see snow on TV, but if it gets too cold here, we shut the schools down. Government, everything shuts down. And snow looks really cute on TV, but in person, it's not. It was a snowstorm. It looked like I was in Star Wars, and I was scared. There was ice on the road. I can hear the tires crunching in the snow, and I knew any minute, hey LaDonna, hey Tanya, I knew any minute we were probably going off the road and I was going to die on this epic road trip. That was a real fear. So when people say fear is the false evidence appearing real, well, the snow was real. The icy roads, that was real. That wasn't false. It was true. So that's number one. Number two, on our way back from this epic road trip, I decided we were going to stop and see this volcano in New Mexico. Right? Epic road trip. We drove up the volcano and I could see everything down. I could see the little village below. I could see everything below. There was no railing. It was the road and a drop off. So when I say fear is not always false evidence appearing real, because we really could dropped off and then y'all never would have seen me again because I would have been on the bottom of New Mexico somewhere. Now, I say all of this to say, because y'all know I try to bring things full circle. There really could be something that you are fearful of for a good reason. There really could be something that you are terrified of. But I knew on the other side of me, us getting through this snowstorm was Canada, which was my end game, which was my goal, which was my destination. So was I going to let my fear or me being terrified of dying in a snowstorm stop me from getting to my end game? No. Was I going to let the fear of dropping off this volcano in New Mexico stop me from seeing a once in a lifetime sight? No. Sometimes the fear is real. And I know you guys hear all the time about do it anyway. It's so easy, right? Just do it. Just do it. It's so easy to say it, but in the heat of the moment, when your heart is beating fast, because you really are fearful, all those little cliches and quotes escape you. But you have to think about what's the end game? Hey, Natasha, what's the end game? What's on the other side of that? So where your fear may be real and relevant, something is on the other side of that. If you're scared to write a book, it might be a real fear. We're all fearful of different things. What's on the other side of that? If you're scared to start a business, if you're scared to start dating, what's on the other side of that? So when I say fear is not always the false evidence appearing real, because if it's real to you, then it's a real fear. Somebody else may see snow, laugh it off, go do snow angels and play in it. But for me, I was terrified for my life driving in this snow. Some of you guys know I'm scared of heights. So not only was I dealing with the fear of being high up on the volcano, I was dealing with the fear of possibly dropping off the side of the doggone volcano in New Mexico. Those are real fears for me. But I didn't, and I don't get caught up in fear. Because I'm a warrior, right? I'm a queen. There's things so much bigger than me that if I let fear stop me, regardless of how real it is to me, things won't get done. So I want you guys, and yes, I'm messing with my hair. I want you guys to think about, what are you scared of? And don't dismiss it just because other people tell you, don't worry about it or whatever else. Don't dismiss your fear. The only thing I'm going to tell you to do is face it. It's a reason you're scared. It's a reason why your heart is beating fast. It's something you're supposed to face, not run from. So the quotes and the sayings of false evidence appearing real and all of those quotes dealing with fear that you should just ignore it, they're not always true. Hey, Mima, they're not always true. Some stuff you just got to face. Just face it. Sometimes the fear is real, sometimes it's not. You don't have time to debate whether the fear is real or not. The only thing you do is just go and just do it. But I said I wasn't going to drop too many cliches. So, hey, Miss Shirley, so I'm going to just leave you guys with this quote. When you think about fear, don't sit there debating whether you should really be afraid. It's okay to be afraid. It's not okay to not do something because you are afraid. I was not going to let the snowstorm stop me from going to speak in Canada. It was not going to happen. I cried and prayed the whole way. We even pulled over and everything else. But I got there. With that being said, guys, I just want to leave you guys with this quick quote that I read about being courageous. Okay? Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. So as you step into your purpose, step into living life, step into doing something new, or just step into doing something you normally do that you may be afraid of. Ask yourself, where are you going? What is more important than fear? Don't debate with yourself whether or not it's real or not real. Don't debate with other people whether you should or should not be afraid. Just say that this, on the other side of this, is more important than me being scared. So I just wanted to drop in really quick to tell you guys to have a great weekend. And sometimes the fear is real, but don't let that stop you, because I promise something is on the other side. There are some things that I learned while I was gone that had I let fear stop me, hey Jennifer, had I let fear stop me, I would not have learned and I would not have accomplished. Yeah, sometimes the fear is real. Don't debate with yourself or anybody else whether your fear is real or makes sense or any of that. But if something is more important that's on the other side of fear, crown up, soldier up, whatever up you need to do to get it done. With that being said, guys, peace, love, happy Friday. See you guys soon.